Miss Elizabeth Soji, please can you go ahead with your presentation?
Wow, I've been talking to myself. I don't even know where I stopped.
Please can you start all over? We haven't
Wow.
been listening.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So I started off by saying that we've all watched movies where robots took over the world or took over a certain city or a certain space. We watched Transformers, we watched Terminator, we watched iRobot, and so many movies like that. And I am here to tell you in your face that yes, robot will take over your job. And why am I saying this? The way robotics is going, it's going in such a way that it's an unstoppable force. And unless we find a way to fit into that space, we might be jobless in the future. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because the jobs for the future is not what we are doing now. The way we learn now is not how we'll be learning in the future. And we have to go back to our drawing board and really look into this. Because robotics is a disruptive technology. It's not coming to enhance, it's coming to disrupt everything. It's disrupting the way we diagnose our patients, it's disrupting the way we treat our patients, it's disrupting the entire dental space, medical space, any other space it lays its hand onto. So why did I say so? One, robots don't get tired in doing repeated workflows. So when you give them a certain task to repeat on it, they could do it excellently. Why you and I can get tired of repeating certain tasks? We get bored. We have our own problems. We have emotional issues. We have kids. We have relationship issues. We have money issues. These things affect the way we work. Even sometimes when we have issues with our mental health, it also affect the way we work. But these robots do not have to deal with these issues. Another thing that they have is they are very, very precise, detailed, and efficient. So you and I can't beat that. You and I can't beat that. That is another angle that I am coming from. Why I see these guys as a force that is unstoppable. So if you go to the next slide on the introduction, you hear that I say they do labor intensive and tedious jobs. They don't get weak. They can do as long as there's someone at the back end setting up the interface for them to work on. Once they are ready to go, they just keep going at it. So there's also the fact that these robots are here to improve the quality and quantity of the life of our patients in a dental setup. So if I go down to the history of robotics can be traced back to the year 1980 when NASA were looking for a solution to solve health issues while sending a man to the moon. The first man that was sent in the moon, 1969, Neil Armstrong, went there without any medical support. They were even lucky that he came back healthy, but they never wanted to repeat those kind of mistakes anymore. So they needed a robot that would assist man on his voyage out of space. So they came up with having what? Robots, because human beings might not be very efficient. Even if the doctor himself gets sick, he needs someone to treat him. So robots were the best bet that they have to be able to efficiently keep repeating sending people out of space. So they came up with a solution where they developed computer-assisted surgical robots to support an astronaut on his voyage to the moon. And also, when that was successful, they decided to incorporate that in the U.S. World Navy. So the U.S. Navy bought in that idea because there are some points at war, when they go to war, that it's very difficult for you to send a doctor there without him dying. So what can they do in that instance? They should be able to send a robot. This robot is well equipped like an armored car. I think this robot is well equipped as an armored car. So even if the robot is being fired at, it can be able to keep working. So that was very successful. But all these processes that has been going on from all these years down to the year 2000 were not approved to be used efficiently in a hospital setup. Not until in the year 2000, when the FDA approved the use of a doctor robot setup in carrying out the first surgery, a laparoscopic surgery in a live patient, and it was very successful. When they saw how successful it was, they are like, wow, we need to do more with this robot. It's something that is very good. So in the year 2001, so many doctors heard about how efficient this system that occurred, or this setup that occurred in the year 2000, and they all want to be a part of it. So they formed a telepresence, a telemedicine presence, where they could look in live into what is going on. And then this robot was asked to perform another surgery, and it was a cholecystectomy surgery on a patient. And this transcontinental live robotics session was very successful, where this team of surgeons from all over the world were able to look into what was going on. So it became evident that I don't have to be present in a particular location for a surgery to go on as a surgeon. I can just use telemedicine to get surgeries done anywhere in the world. So because of that, they decided that, wow, this is a force that cannot be eliminated. And they decided to do what? To keep improving on different techniques in robotics. So now let's go down to dentistry. Dentistry. How has robot been used? Yes, there's robots in dentistry, a lot of them, but they are not very vast, or let's say they are not diverse in different areas. They said these robots can carry out effective precision in drilling. So as I'm going into this, I would want to say that in dentistry, the aspect of dentistry that has seen a lot of improvement in terms of the use of robots is the dental technological aspect of dentistry. In fact, if you go to that department, you could see how robot has disrupted the whole of that space, and they're making a lot of giant stride in that. You could see where robots can actually place implant effectively in the mouth of a patient, giving drilling precision so accurate that is better than what a man or a woman who is a professional can do by herself. Now, what are some of these robots that can be used in dentistry? In dental implantology, there has been the existence of robots in dental implants right back at the year 2002, but they didn't actually get approval up until the year 2018 because it needs some improvements on it. So in the year 2018, it finally got approved. And the name of this robot is called the Yomi Robotic Dental System. Yomi Robotic Dental System can drill and place implants 1 to 2 millimeters off the apical border of a patient's mouth. And it successfully placed 48 dental implants in its first try in the mouth of several patients. And when it was successful, that became the advent of robotics in dental implantology. Also, going further in the year 2017, China faced a challenge that they felt that what they could use to bridge that gap was a robot. What was their challenge? A lot of the surgeries that were done on patients had surgical errors. So they need doctors that could offer surgeries that are very precise and very efficient and very effective, but they can't find them. A lot of their doctors, after graduating, would go to Europe, just like here in Africa, and they lack a lot of high competent dentists to carry out surgical procedures. So they said, wow, how can we bridge this gap? We can't go and tell Europe to bring back our doctors. We have to do something. So they decided to do what? To set up a mechanical robot using a software called the Dental Navi software. This software has an implantology foundation, it has an image-guided foundation, and an operational foundation. So this robot can be able to use T-defect models as spatial mapping tools in carrying out each surgery on patients. And also, in dental implantology, phantom experiments has been going on in every aspect, as we can see, where live surgery can be seen on screen while it's going on down to the T. Every little minute intricacy can be seen on robot assistant placements of dental implants. Tooth arrangement robots. Now we would say, wow, tooth arrangement robot. Yes, arranging tooth. I'm not a dental technologist, but I've been able to see a dental technologist trying to construct a dental implant, and just by arranging this implant to form a good symmetry in the mouth of a patient is not an easy thing as we might think it is. So because of that, Canadian scientists decided to develop what? A 6D or FCRS kind of robot, which is called the 6 degrees of freedom cylindrical revolute spherical robot. Is an arm, and this arm is a 6-degree arm, and this robot can effectively place tooth in line very perfectly to make a complete denture. And how does it go about doing this thing? The 6 DOF CRS robot would do, when it's trying to cut the implant to fit into the denture or the artificial tooth to fit into that particular space, it has a way of guiding the neighboring tooth. Maybe it's a human tooth that is healthy, a real tooth that is healthy. It protects it from harm. It also has the ability to do what? Protect the hard tissue too from what? Heat coming out from what? The implant. And actually the heat coming out is actually very low compared to doing it manually or using the other kind of robot, would I call them robot or machines available. Also, it has a CAM software, which is the computer aided design and computer aided manufacturing 3D motion part. So what does it do? It gives the professional a 3D angle of each tooth that the robot is working on. And also it has an intraoral 3D scanning machine which interprets every process, telling you what is going on in precise details. And this 6 DOF CRS robot is still in existence today and is still being used by dental professionals all around the world. Now, dental education robot. Someone would say, are robots coming to teach us? I said, yes, robots are coming to teach us. So robots are coming to teach us. Actually, the first one to be developed is called the robot tutor. This one is actually placed in the hospital to give out dental hygiene instructions, dental toothbrushing technique, and any other thing you could give to a patient. You also give dental awareness to patients, and this robot is very effective. And patients were actually wowed when they could see rather a dental hygienist coming out or a dental therapist coming out to give this talk. They could see a robot walking out, greeting them, and beginning his lectures. And they were wowed by this concept, and they found that it's quite engaging, although it's a little bit less efficient because there might be some tailored questions that might not be imputed in his algorithm that you might ask it and you might not be able to answer. So what are the limitations of robotics? What are these limitations that we are having? The limitations of robotics can be seen in what? In technological advancement in dental application. A lot of us do not even have the know-how. So if I bring a robot to you now as a dental professional, if I explain to you, it might still be very difficult because of some core terms that you might not be familiar with. So because of this, a lot of us are not even willing to go and learn. And a lot of us are even scared that because robots are coming to take over our job, we as professionals, we will not learn it. As long as we don't engage it, it will die off. It's not going to die. It's not going to die. It's going to still be in existence. So I think we as professionals need to be open to learn what robots are about and how to implement and how to use robots. Another thing is they are extremely expensive to use, to purchase. They are very expensive to purchase, very, very expensive. And also, for a robot to be effective, it needs large amount of data. Here in Africa, I think we have issues in gathering data. 20 years down the line, when our 2030s, when our younger colleagues are trying to work with robots, I don't think the information you and I as professionals has gathered now, I don't think is enough for them to feed it into a robotic system to make the robot very efficient here in Africa. So I think we have to work on our data on our patients to collect right and accurate and extensive detailed data from our patients. And also the acceptance of patients to robots. Just imagine you are sick, you are having toothache, you are in a clinic, and someone, instead of a dentist walking up to you and saying, hello, I'll be your doctor today. You see a robot walking up to you. Hello, I'm C.Dent.Ther, and I'll be your doctor today. It's a little bit scary for patients to accept. So that is also an issue. And I think as dental professionals, in conclusion now, I think as dental professionals, we have to find a way to incorporate computer science in our profession. I'm not saying go into studying computer science. I'm saying there are a lot of bootcamp courses out there in terms of data science, robotics, artificial intelligence, and all that. A lot of them are free. A lot of them are, if you open your social media, you see them advertising, come for this bootcamp, is free, come and enroll, come and enroll. You just scroll by and now said, it is not what we want to do. I think when we understand data science, if you understand data science, you will understand that you're not really clerking your patients well. And is what its impact can be for the future. If you understand AI, understand robotics, understand all these things, these are just key points that a professional can use to make him or herself relevant in the future. Because time would come, you won't be able to work in a dental setup if you do not have knowledge in basic computer science, in basic things. You just be useless in the professional space. Because there you are in the hospital, you don't even understand what is going on. There's so much set up there, you can't understand it. We all wait for someone to come manually and give us one lecture. One lecture cannot solve this problem. This is an ongoing learning where you can attach to whatever you are doing as a professional to boost yourself up. Also, the application of robotics need a lot of testing. And this testing is going to be done by us. And I think we have to work hard and say, this robot is our friend. And it has come to stay. And it is my duty to help it evolve in my workspace, evolve in my locality, evolve in my environment. And I think by doing this, we'll help develop robot-human communication skills. And we'll make sure that these robots are very efficient in the way they operate in the near future. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Thank you very much.